Alrighty. And I have it set to random stages, but if we
Yeah,
want to, we can always set it to
I'll
something
probably
else.
switch the stages.
Yeah. I feel like FD is probably a really good point for breaking down matchups the most.
Okay. Oh, I don't know why that takes grab. Oh wow, that still reached me.
Yeah, that's the one beauty about him right there. Really good getting off ledge.
Okay, that was really greedy. Ooh, I could have died there. Oh. Jesus. Nope. Okay, didn't believe in it.
Okay, so far so good. Yeah, once the Toon Link gets a little suffocated, it gets really hard, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell you're trying to play the game of catch up when you get near me. Like you would land at a disadvantage, stuff like that. And then try to hit me right after. Just get out of there. Don't bother trying to like smack me as soon as you land, or like if you're doing normal get up from the ledge. Just put up shield, roll away, just try to get out of there. You want to create that space versus Chrom
Okay, so
because
I'm being
Toon
a
Link
little
up
too
close.
aggressive.
Yeah, a little too aggressive when you're close to me is all. When you're close to me, when you're landing specifically, when you're leaving disadvantage. Because an advantage in a neutral being close isn't really the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're just landing, we're fighting, and I'm trying to catch your landings, just get out of there.
Okay.
Just keep jumping away or roll away or hold shield to get out of there. Don't bother just like fighting your way out because your buttons will get punished by mine most of the time, or just outright lose.
Oh my god, this went so much
Yeah.
further than I
What?
thought.
It's a huge flash box. When that happens, just roll behind me instead,
Okay.
because I cannot hit you no matter what.
Oh.
See that right there? Your normal guy up and trying to hit me immediately.
Mhm.
Just get out of there.
Yeah, this matchup is definitely frustrating because I feel like a lot of my boomerang confirms kind of don't work because you break
Yeah,
boomerang so easily.
I just waited out or swatted away a lot of the
Mhm.
times. Like I'm already very used to like the youngling matchup and the Ling matchups where like mostly I just gotta like swat it away or travel slow enough that doesn't even bother. Yep. Classic buffer.
Jeez. Oop, I'm fighting. Okay. Very bad there.
Yeah, you gotta show the dares eventually is the thing. Just to show that your opponent you'll actually do them. So I don't blame you for it really. It's just a little bit unlucky that I just did a dash back there. Yep, that was why. Yeah, especially with the bomb. It's like once I see someone at the ledge with an item, realistically, most of them they want to jump. So then just like start swinging there. So okay, I want to talk about a few little things real quick before we hop right into the next one.
Mhm.
So one first, specifically a you thing. Try to more aerials in general. Your aerials they're great, honestly. You know, it's just they're not the fastest is the problem. Besides like kind of Nair and Bear at times, the shield safety is incredible with those moves, but you're just relying on Zaire. to kind of hit me from far away because it's super safe,
Hmm.
but it's pretty slow as a thing. Like frame 11 for the move is relatively slow. When your nair comes out frame 6, which is insanely fast, for a button to be like immediate smack me because I'm just waiting for the Zairs every time now. And even if I get hit by them, like tech chase is pretty decent to get off of it, but your fair, your nair, they already throw off parry timings and shield timings really well, and they're really safe on shield. So you could theoretically, like hit me on shield and then immediately press a button right afterwards. You can dash back afterwards. You can roll away afterwards.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I'm just afraid to use aerials because I feel like you're already kind of in the air short hopping. So I'm like, oh, I can't be throwing out my nair because it's gonna get
yeah,
beat out. So I have to, I guess, pay
it's
attention
just
to when you're grounded.
those moments you've got me. You're always zairing me when I'm grounded. Thing.
Hmm.
So like, and you just stick to zairing, and you've zaired my shield a bunch of times already. So I need you to try to fish for more landing nairs, landing fairs,
Okay.
in general, because you're definitely fishing for the landing zairs whenever you're getting a chance. You notice I'm at a distance. You're like, okay, this is to go for that. The zair is huge, obviously, but your fair and like your nair aren't really not anything to scoff at. They're pretty good, honestly. Is the thing, and they set you up for a lot of other scenarios, like doing down tilt right afterwards. I know you don't really get combos off of it, but it's a decent poke,
Hmm.
and it's relatively safe. Whereas like up tilt and forward tilt and stuff like that can be a little unsafe at times.
Yep.
Because playing from the Chrom's perspective, I'm trying to up B out of shield everything you do. My up B out of shield is frame 10, so it's like I can punish everything that you do on the ground besides down tilt. Up tilt and F tilt are a little hard because they're fast. They're not. I'm not going to react every single time because they're really fast.
Hmm.
But I'm looking out for you to press a button on the ground to just up B it every time. So you have to play a lot more air based, which requires the buttons with rising and falling aerials. That's why I want you to kind of do a little bit more aerials with fair because that's a huge hitbox compared to Zaire. It'll hit above and below as well, where Zaire just hits like a little dingy straight line, which isn't the worst. Again, it's pretty solid, but it's pretty clear that you're going for it because that's like your long range move. I can tell. It's just very obvious when you see someone jump and try to do a Zaire. They're like floating around right in that range. So that's
Yeah.
why I want you to go for that more often. The other
Okay.
ones. Those are very important. And then if I'm jumping around all the time, your fair auto cancels when you do a rising fair. It's not bad. And nair, you can do a rising nair and fast fall it pretty well. It's not the most unsafe thing in the world, but they're not that bad. I definitely just want to see you like cover the air a little bit more.
Okay.
Um, Aside from that, everything's like pretty fine so far still. Nothing too crazy happening like in the matchup that's kind of weird. It's just I need you to play a little bit more of that because you're giving up those opportunities. That are just like it's like normal Smash Bros stuff. You just gotta you're
Okay.
landing aerials me a lot more because well, we don't got lag on any aerials in this game, so it's how we had to play.
Super Smash Brothers, no lag. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, like right there. It's just I was like, okay, you hit my shield once, and then I got hit by the down tilt because it's really fast afterwards.
Yep.
Nice dash back. That was a good weight. Yeah, against Chrom, you just almost always want to go for down tilt. Because I'm always gonna be holding shield, try to punish it with a B.
That is
Man,
so
that's a nasty
big.
down tilt. Yeah, it's huge. Just roll behind it,
Uh-huh.
and you'll be fine.
Oh,
It's like right
wow.
there. Specifically, I'm just like, you're going for another Zair right there, so I'm just gonna stuff you out. But if you went for like a Nair that was faster,
Yeah, I actually
you
went for
immediately just
a fair that time, but either way, my
okay.
fair is kind of like, what,
Yeah,
frame
your fair,
14? Like,
yeah, they're about the same frame there. That's just the importance of a fast move right there. Is what you want. Too low. I didn't even realize you can get a Zair out right after your full up Nair. That's pretty good.
Oh wow. I would like to get off this platform, please.
Yeah. Don't worry, the upper is only doing like 6% each. If I was playing some DLC character, they'd be doing like 20 or something.
Oh god. Oh, I got lucky right there. Oh wow. Okay. Could not roll through that.
Yeah, rolling through that is really, really tough. It's just a huge hitbox. It's like the big cheater move with him and Roy. Well, obviously Roy the more, because it just explodes you at baby percents.
Yeah, I
Um,
did died that from Roy at like 64%.
Dude,
It's crazy.
every time I talk to someone, they tell me like some new world record of what percent they died to from Roy's side B. I'm like, bro, I do not want to. It's just like it just triggers me so much, man. It's like, why is he like this? Yeah, I always look at the DLC and then I just look back to Roy. I'm like, bro, you're literally DLC. Okay, so for this part, this is not gonna be a game here. I just want to talk about a few things and show off some stuff too.
Hmm.
About the match specifically. So first, I just want to show you a little bit of the nuances with a B. So I've noticed when you're at ledge, you know, your ledge trap normally is with trying to two frame with F tilt. I assume is that where you're going for F tilt so much? Or
Yeah, like I know I can clip your up B like with
yeah,
F tilt, but you haven't really been giving me that opportunity. I feel like you're
yeah.
air dodging the
Most
ledge.
most Chroms will also just space outside of that up B range, that F
Hmm.
tilt range, because your F tilt's not like huge. It's not like that. It's
Yeah.
like a little dinky guy. It's pretty good still, but like you got a little sword, you know. It's not gonna go that far.
Hmm.
And Chrom can always outspace that unless a Chrom does this. If a Chrom does that, like and goes straight up like that, you'll kill me for
Uh-huh.
sure. But most Chroms shouldn't do that. But if you run into one that does it, by all means go for it. The thing is that's really risky because if you miss and he like spaces outside of it, you just die at 0. You know, you get sucked out
Hmm.
by the up B hitbox, and I can show that in a bit. But I just wanted to talk about some stuff about the up B first, which is like, all right, so just shield and just up roll right behind me, because that'll shield poke you most of the time. So just shield
Okay, so shield and as soon as I see it.
as soon as you see it, and then you get whatever huge punish. Because I'll hold back on this time to try to hit you from rolling.
Um
So just shield again and
okay.
then roll back. So that's me
Oh.
holding back trying to hit you.
Uh-huh.
I can't do anything pretty much. So you can charge F smash, up smash. You can get a projectile and like start a combo. You can get a whole boomerang hit start combo started on me, and then bam, whatever punish you want, it's a free combo. So if you ever shield that, just roll behind me immediately.
Okay.
This is a pretty long animation for
Hmm.
you to react to, and you can roll at any point and still be safe. So you don't have to be worried about like a hitbox like smacking you. The only
Okay.
thing you have to be scared is if you're like point blank, like see if you're shielding from there, and you roll behind me, that might hit you. That
Yeah.
platform kind of was annoying, but that might because you're like literally as far away as possible.
Yeah, but most times
Um,
it's usually after like I come near you
yeah,
and then
yeah.
shield.
Most people aren't going to use up B at that distance
Hmm.
because that's like you'll fall out of the up B anyways. Um, so for the other thing is like the F tilt. So try to time your F tilts on me. Try to hit the like Chrom like recovering, because that's the hitbox you're gonna get hit by the most
Hmm.
realistically. So try like going all the
Okay.
way at the ledge and
Yeah, I was
trying to
gonna
F
say I
tilts.
have to be closer.
Yeah. because that's the hitbox that'll kind of suck you out, and then you just die at 0. And then like if you try to F tilt that, you might be able to clip me, but Chrom can recover very far. Like right there, I'll be fine. Look how far you were from the ledge and how far I was, and I still recovered.
Uh-huh.
So that it's a little scary going for that. So if you notice the Chrom is going like far away, don't do that. But if they're right here, you can. Like if they have to like recover like that, you can F tilt and very easily.
Okay, so if they're like along the wall, basically.
Yeah, if they're grabbing the wall, go for it, because then that'll smack me. But if I'm far away, just back off and hold shield immediately, because
Okay.
you do not want to get sucked out because you died at 0. Now, if you are really confident in hitting him, like some scenarios he's forced to up B where he doesn't have a double jump air dodge
Mm-hmm.
to make it back. In those scenarios, you could go off stage and just try to smack him. Is the thing, because during this whole up B, do you know how it like fully works?
No.
Okay, so the whole thing, he has a hitbox on the first hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the last, like the falling part is where, as soon as you start spinning, that's where the hitbox comes in.
Yes.
That whole time he travels up,
mm-hmm.
he has no hitbox whatsoever, but he has a hurtbox still. So if you put out something that's lingering, unfortunately, you don't have like the sex kick nairs.
No.
So you have something else.
I'm not the good Link.
Yeah. Honestly, Toon Link's still pretty good. Everyone sleeps on him, but he does struggle. He does struggle, that's for sure. So you need some lingering hitbox.
The only lingering one I have is up air, which means I'd have to get under you, which sounds really dangerous.
And then down air is not really like going off stage with down airs is not it.
Too risky.
So you'd have to like rely on some just really good timing. Just for me,
a quick nair probably.
Yeah, quick nair is okay. So right now, just like nair in place, like right there, on this platform where I was, like, and just try to time. Yeah, just try to like time it on the up B hits. Okay. So right there, yeah, you can do it while rising or landing. You can try F tilt if it's a little bit easier, or even just holding jab if you want to. Because that whole time where I'm rising and falling, the front hitbox doesn't have anything to save me pretty much.
Okay, I don't think I've hit you while you're rising. I seem to only have hit you while you're going down.
Yeah, it's just like it's all the timing thingy is the problem with it. Like if you had an air, it'd be a lot easier too, but Toon Link doesn't have the easiest. But the thing is just showing that he's vulnerable the whole time while he's rising and he's falling. And he won't hit you.
Jeez. Yeah. All right, I can hit you while you're coming down. For sure.
As long as you're hitting with falling. But like typically most Chroms won't like do it this close anyways. Here, try to just like do like a falling fair, because your fair lingers a bit. You know, like do a fall up and then fall with fair.
Okay, I would do it from like, below the platform.
Yeah. Well, you just do it right here and just do like a falling fair like that the whole time, and then you'll notice that like the LP will just like get smacked like that whole time. Does it linger? Let me look at like what your things linger the most, honestly, real quick.
It's honestly just up there. I feel like.
Yeah, and that's the move you do. Like you let me recover at that point if you do that. Damn, that upper lingers for like 40 frames.
Yeah.
My God. And then the rest are just like backers 3. That's solid. Fair is only 2 frames. Wow, I thought so much better of that move.
No. Yeah. It kills pretty early, but no, it's not really.
Yeah, lingering. It's pretty good for that, and it's pretty safe. But I thought it lingered more, man. Even your back air lingers more, a lot more. 6 to 9. That's a lot. Jeez. Okay, so the important thing to tell you was just this. He's vulnerable the whole time. Try to just snipe my head right up there. Too. See, like how I'm rising up there at the top where the spin is. Just try to fair that. Like, base it off of when Chrom just starts saying like that little sword sound, like right there.
Okay. You
can hit the front of it and the back of it consistently. No matter what, I cannot do anything. So I'm gonna do it now facing you. Oops. Okay, so you did a short op there instead of a full op. Okay. So make sure to full op that, yeah. Ooh. So right there, a little earlier now. So like right there, you're going too late. When you hear that sword sound effect, that's when you go into it. And now it's scary, but you can go as early as possible as you want, because Chrom has to get to that height thing. So you can jump while like that whole thing's happening, and then bam, you just smack him away. The thing is, it's hard with Toon Link. So this matchup might not be applicable, but this is just how the move works. Okay. He's vulnerable. You can smack him. Once he starts spinning up there, that's when his other hitbox comes out. But that whole time he rises up, if if you're feeling confident in hitting it,
Yeah, I was gonna
you can
say
stuff it out
I
with
would
something.
probably do this with a stock lead, but if we're even stocks last stock,
Yeah,
I don't think I have the confidence to go off
yeah.
stage
It's
and
just
do that.
it's just good to know that the move
Hmm.
sucks, and you got to know that move sucks. Because I've had millions of times where I've had wolves just be like, "All right,
F toe at
I'm
ledge.
recovering." Not even F tilt. They're just like they're right here. They see me recover. They just run off. They jump off nair like that because their nair lingers forever,
Uh
and I just get gimped because it pushes me to the side. I'm just like, well, hands man, yeah.
huh.
You know how to punish that one move makes a huge difference in the matchup.
Yeah, and I think that's why I've
It's
been trying to rely on the F tilt so much because I'm like, I feel like I can't beat you on the ground. So I'm like, if I can clip up B with F tilt, maybe I can take a
yeah.
stock, but it hasn't
I
worked so far.
I wouldn't rely on F tilt to hit the up B. I would just just shield that and just wait after. What I would rely on is F tilt to two frame the air dodge. That's good because my air dodge, it's more it's like vulnerable, so you
Mhm.
can hit it pretty decently. F tilt's good for that. So try to time the F tilts on the air dodge if you see me close to ledge or just jumping to grab the ledge.
Okay.
Um, just don't bother with the up Bs because that's too risky. Because if you mess it up, the up B will kill you literally at zero, and that's no fun.
Yeah.
Um, those are just like two little things right there. Do you have any questions on your end, specifically for this matchup before we hop into the games again?
Hmm. I mean, it's not like matchup specific, but I guess it's more of like a pacing question. And you kind of
Uh-huh.
answered it with telling me to do more aerials because I feel like I don't know if I should be playing quicker because Chrom is so
Uh-huh.
quick. Should I be like trying to like move around him and match his pace, or if I should be more patient, grounded, punishing your approaches? But if
So
I have
when
to
I
do
think
more
of
aerials, I guess it's a quicker pace, you know?
only when I get near you is the thing.
Hmm.
When I'm near you, the grounded game for Toon Link just isn't it. Because the only safe thing is down tilt, and the rest of it, I'm gonna try to up B at a shield you no matter what.
Yeah.
So then that means your gameplay has to revolve around jabs because jab will hit me before the up B at a shield comes out. If you finish it, jab 1, 2, 3, down tilt because it's safe, and then you can just shield right afterwards if you want to, or grab because then I won't be in shield, so up B will just work.
Hmm.
Um, those are the things you'd have to rely on up close because the other ones like up tilt's obviously a good combo starter, but in order to not get a bead, you have to get the last hit of the up tilts, the back hit.
Yeah.
Which honestly, if you fish for that, that's good. Doing turnaround up tilt's pretty good in this matchup. But then you're next to me and it's kind of scary, sword guy. Uh, so I would just recommend the matchup playing it on the ground, not the best. Whiff punishing on the ground is great with because when you do a dash back afterwards and I dash into you, that's when you want to do tilt. But when we're close to each other, aerial game is the gameplay you revolve around.
Okay.
So pretty much just trying to base your gameplay around that. Are we near each other? Stick to aerials and just try to get out of there. You're not going to box better than Chrom here. He's got like the broken, he's got good stuff up close. And then when you're far away, that's when your grounded games becomes more important, as well as projectiles come into play. Um, and then try to grab a little bit more. Grabs are very important because your tether is like the perfect range for whiff punishing my grounded moves and my sword in general. So pivot grabs, dash back into grab, stuff like that. It's scary.
It's
It's obviously
yes,
very
definitely
scary.
scary.
But it's one of the things that makes the youngling matchup specifically as well really difficult because I got a lot of space that I can just space you from far away, but you can just grab me from that. Right? For instance, I can F tilt you like as far away as possible, and you can grab that because you got a tether. Your grab it obviously isn't the fastest thing in the world, but got that range. Got to take advantage of it. It's super
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, I think I'm too scared to grab because maybe like the Chroms I fight are like aggressive, so they'll like F tilt and immediately jump nair or something, and I'm just sitting there with a whiff grab.
Yeah, with the whiff grab, it does feel bad,
Hmm.
but that's where it comes. With uh, confidence in your play of just understanding how these things kind of work.
Hmm.
My F tilt, if you knew the numbers, the number is -15. Your grab is frame 12, so that's a true punish. You know, that would be a true punish out of shield every time if you were God. Obviously, we're not God here. But that's just to show that you can punish it. If you are expecting me to F tilt your shield, you can just be like, all right, he did it, grab, and then it'll work every time. Um, it's a practice makes perfect kind of thing. So that's something that you'd have to just play this matchup a decent amount and try to fish for to see it work in action. So you get that feeling of okay, cool, it worked, and you'd go for it again next time. That information helps at least me personally a lot because then it lets me play confident.
Hmm.
If I know the numbers, if I figure it out in the situation as well, then I'll show it in my gameplay, and then bam, I'll play the matchup a little bit more confident, and he won't take advantage of my nerves here and there.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely probably a confidence issue because I'm so
Mhm.
scared of this character. It's probably
Yeah,
a lot I cut out of my own gameplay just to not die at like a
yeah, you
stupid
don't
number.
want to.
Hmm.
You do not want to do that because your character is pretty decent in the matchup. I wouldn't say it's a win or even like neutral, but like it's okay. I don't destroy this character at all by any means,
Hmm.
especially because your up B is really nice. Your up B is one of the things I'm scared of the most. The up B has a shield.
Really, because I feel like that's
Um,
what Chroms try to bait out of me the most.
oh, we
Because,
definitely. I think everyone tries to bait up B has a shield to do you the most because it's frame 6. That's really good.
hmm
It's an incredible tool. But the thing about Chrom is everything I do is like, okay, my jab, it's unsafe. My forward tilt, it's unsafe against you specifically because up B is fast enough. My only grounded option, unless it's like max spaced, is down tilt, which is -5. So that's a single frame away from being punished by up Bs. My grounded game is already like scared because I can't really like use my grounded button. If I jab you on shield, you can up B every time, and that move kills. That's a little scary.
hmm
And then for my aerials, like I can't really use my nair on you too much because you're short. But even if I do it, at best my nair will be -6, meaning your up B will work every time, frame 6. Um, and then the only thing that means I can do on your shield now is fair and up air because those can be -4, which is super safe.
hmm
You can't up B that. My back air is still -6. My down air is super minus. It's like -9 or 12, probably at best. Um, and then when you look at it like that, it's like, damn, most of his moves I can up B. That's crazy, isn't it? So you just have to account for the spacing of it and then get the confidence in being like, I recognize the scenario. I know he's gonna jab. I recognize the pattern of a Chrom and Roy smacking my shield with fair, which is safe, and then jabbing right after, which is unsafe. So you just keep holding shield, wait for that to happen, and then you react to the jab with up B.
Okay.
That's a scenario I definitely would recommend waiting for a lot because that one's like really really clear to understand.
Yeah, that is usually a scenario I book. Like I'm out of here. He's hitting my shield way too much. I'm resetting neutral.
Yeah,
I'm walking away.
yeah.
So.
I would book it too. I would book it too. Um, but not every time. Not every time. You've got really good attitude character.
Mhm.
It's nasty, honestly. Okay. All right. So now that was big information. So let's just get a few games in again. Let it process. Let it sit, and then we'll call out the scenarios if they do happen. It'll oh. Just took me right out of it. Yeah, that was it. Like I rose and I don't have a hitbox to protect myself, so it just smacked me out. Nope, sorry, a little too far. Yeah.
Kind of dead there. No matter what option I did. Being under platform seems really bad because I
Yeah, it's
I,
not good.
I, I
Just get
like
out of there.
can't react to like you're falling up air. It feels like.
It's pretty much now. It's a bad scenario. So just keep either holding shield so you can up B it, or just get out of there.
I tried to fast forward dodge.
Yeah, it's hard. You can usually kind of teleport to you right there,
hmm
real quick, and it's just like jump scare Chrom moment. But that was a lot better of a game. A lot better of a game. Just gotta be confident in those up Bs and those
Yeah, I
grabs.
was gonna
That's
say
the big.
like I wasn't able to upbeat anything you did on my shield, but I think it was me kind of being scared.
It was definitely because I've seen myself like, all right, I mentioned the back airs. You can upbeat that most of the time, and I would just smack you with back air point
Uh
blank, and I'd be like, uh oh, here it
huh.
comes. But it didn't come, and you got to make sure to be confident in that. That's a huge part of gameplay with Tim. That's
Okay.
just one of the things. Having a frame 6 upbeat is huge. I mean,
Privilege.
look at me. I'm playing Chrom with the frame 10 upbeat out of shield, and I'm like,
And
this
it
is
hits
insane.
everything, yeah.
But like, it's frame 10, and you see how much lag there is to that. If I mess that up, I'm taking a huge punish. It's like a miles like worse punish than you would take, because yours is a spinning multi hit where
Mhm.
I could just drop shield and get hit anyways. And the only hard punish I can get is an out of shield punish or a grab potential. I can't really like drop shield F smash you for that. So be a little bit more comfortable just letting it rip. Not when they like get out of your area by like, or not doing it preemptively, like where they're gonna do like a landing fair and you predict it with an up B and they bait it out
Mhm.
after I hit your shield. You gotta do that for sure. And if you don't like that scenario for the early up Bs, drop shield, try to parry, or do a dash away pivot grab.
Okay,
And
yeah.
speaking of dashes,
Feeling.
watch the dash in. The dash ins, you're doing those approaches a lot, and you're just getting smacked from some.
Okay.
So when you're dashing in, either commit to the dash attack already, or do a rising aerial to go in. Don't the dash ins. Toon Link, his dash is already tiny, so he kind of just runs in and gets smacked. Not the best. It's very easy to get it. Do you think?
I'll try to focus more on these in this game.
Mhm. Yeah, and then we're learning here. So like, if you mess up a bunch, that's the point. It's not a problem.
Okay.
You have the boomerang set up, so you know I'm gonna shield. So you gotta go for those grabs. Yep, my nair will always be -6 or worse, so perfect punish. Yeah, you don't want to be dash dancing at ledge when you're ledge trapping a lot. Just stay in place, try to react.
Can't punch.
Yeah, you can't punish up air. And remember, don't do the preemptive up Bs, do it while reacting to a move hitting your. Let the move hit your shield first. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that bomb is long.
Yeah, it will never help me else. Okay.
Okay.
Game went a little worse, but I think it was me taking too long trying to like figure out what's even hitting my shield.
Yeah, that's going to be a normal part of the process where you're trying the new things in the matchup. You're going to play worse because you're trying the new things that are scary. So, you know, it's normal. Because this is the right way to do it. It's just you're not used to that. So don't think too much on it not giving you the reward you want yet.
I mean, like I finished one there, which was progress.
Yeah, I mean, you killed me off it too. That's a message to send to your opponent. Be like, all right, don't bother doing that because I'm gonna kill you for it. So it's like, okay, I can't do that now. Which means I don't get to spam his aerials on you as much if you start like punishing them all. Now that's something Toon Link would absolutely love. Yeah. If you're too scared to do the roll behind, you can always use up a shield to land too. Yeah. Chrom just does that.
I was like, let me try it once. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I will not.
Now you know you can trust me.
It's like I'm trying to wait for an option to up B. You can't make that bet. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in the time I'm like in shield, hoping you'd like jab my shield. Like I just get grabbed instead.
Yeah, I mean that's just how a lot of players are going to be like too. They don't want to give you that opening if you sit and shield too early. So that's why it's always important to whiff punish in other ways too. Shield is like the last second thing because it's frame 1. Like that, I'll be able to shield right there. Like you could have done it there too, but you did it last second is the thing. Like right there, before I even got to the ground to hit you with fair, you weren't even in shield yet, and you did it last second. That's where a lot of your up B out of shields will happen. Because that was perfect. You flickered shield there. Then you just tried to trap my landings. Then you went to shield. Nice.
I think that's why I hate like ledge trapping Chrom, because I'm telling myself I'm gonna be patient, and then if you get behind me, it just feels like you will always be able to reversal me.
Yeah, I did get behind you, but you did drop shield. That Nair one did hit you. And that means if that Nair one hit you, if you shielded it, you would have gotten the true punish with up B. Yeah, that platform. That'll happen from that. When you're in that spot, you kind of jump towards mid stage a lot. Obviously, it's very normal to want to do that because mid stage is like the home. But feel free to completely just go to the side and go to the ledge because I'm not really killing you at ledge. Like it's scary, but you're getting off ledge fine.
Okay.
So don't feel like you need to go mid stage because everyone's gonna try to hit you from the middle. That's just how it is. Yep. Not every up air will be minus 4. That was a badly spaced up air from me, and you punish it still. Damn, I cannot believe that reached me. I saw your grab miss so often, and then that punishing me was like, bro, what?
Shield.
Yeah, shield camping with Toon Link, it'll get you grabbed, but is getting grabbed the worst, really? Because the most you'll take is just like a 6% throw.
Been punished.
Yeah. You gotta
I'm
grab
like so
sometimes
scared.
on ledge. Watch the mid stage. Damn it. Oh my god, I almost died.
Oh, she lives.
Caught the dash in, but that scenario, if you just grab that shield as well, would have worked. Gotta feel comfortable to grab from that roll distance at times. Watch those dash.
I didn't actively get hit by that.
Yeah, it's super unsafe to do. I don't even think my side B would have killed you if I let it rip too. To hopefully not get up bead. That's the crazy part of the move too. You up B from the back hits will just push you to the front. It's so useful there. Just got to be confident in the numbers to know that you can finish it, and then bam. That's the big part that'll help you comfortably up B instead of doing it early, because you do let a lot of up Bs early, and I can see that's why you don't like to use the move too much. But that's you just kind of panicking a little bit and be like, okay, he's gonna hit me, time to up B. So then you let the up B early. You have to wait to the last second to let me have that shield stun, because you can react with the shield stun. It's very small, but you can react with it. Trust in that.
Okay.
Same thing with the parries as well, because it seems like even if you get the parry, you were still going for the same punish, which makes you miss the punish. Parrying Chrom, you can pretty much punish with anything. With that punish.
Like a harder punish.
Jab, you can, yeah, because you used to like settled for a down tilt after a parry once or something like that, but it didn't hit.
Yeah, it's because like if I get a parry, it's accidental.
Yeah,
I'm not brave. I'm not brave enough to purposely let go of shield against Chrom.
But if you actually ever get an accidental parry, mash jab, because it'll kind of be like, all right, if you mash jab when you're holding shield as a grab, but if you get a parry, you get jab anyways. Your jab is pretty fast at least frame 5, which is okay. It's your fastest move, so that'll punish generally anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Yep. I'm just shielding a lot, so you just gotta grab me. Wait, no, homie, you are not safe. Oh, Jesus. I was like throwing a backer out, but you grabbed me out of it.
Doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Punishing an air dodge habit that doesn't even exist. I don't know. Like I'm not even doing the up B. I'm like so
Alright.
terrified of that move.
I mean,
I'm like
you're
a
in the
deer.
middle of learning this
Deer
matchup and
fights.
processing it all. Applying it immediately takes a while. You're gonna have to play against a bunch of other Chroms to get more experience and just like let it naturally soothe in, because it doesn't come immediate. You're not gonna take the answer to a solution immediately and apply it perfectly. Cannot believe that hit. Alright. Okay.
Gorge. What is there we go.
Yeah, let me hit the shield. Otherwise, just keep holding. Wow, I can't believe I missed.
Never ready for my own pairs.
Ooh, unloaded. That move lingers so long.
Yeah.
It's just a jump scare move. It's like in here, like bam. Okay. All right. So you've adapted to me great, which is good. But this is a kind of a thing where it's like these are the adaptations you make to other people too, not just my character. Because I'm saying the grab,
Works
and then
because you're
uppies.
shielding, but I'm not
doing that a lot.
Mhm.
I'll do it a lot in this matchup as well, but not every Chrom and Roy you run into are going to be the same. But the thing that stays the same is the shield data stuff. So you still will be the same stuff. And the way you're playing, you can force me to shield. But I like to shield a little bit more than other Chroms. So they might not give you that solution there. So this doesn't apply to everyone, but for me, you adapted well to me, which is good because it shows you can adapt well. But it won't apply to everyone. But if you do run into a Chrom that does this, then you know the answer.
Yeah.
If they don't, well, I mean, if they're not shielding a lot, that means they're mashing the whole time. And guess what? That means you just do more pivot grabs or like dash back punishes, and you get to play the game more. When they start shielding, it's like, damn it, he's making me have to grab. It's not as fun.
Yeah, because I feel like once I'm able to up B your moves and I guess get behind your up B and punish that correctly, that feels like two really big puzzle pieces that will probably help in a matchup. But
yeah,
it's definitely I can feel my own fear like paralyzing me as soon as I see that up B. I'm just like, nope, I am holding shield.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm in the same boat. Like my character has the same really good up B that does a lot of percent and gives you a lot of stuff. But if you miss it, you feel horrible. You just sit there and just like, okay, it doesn't feel great. It does not feel great. But that's fine. That's just fine. That's just how the game rolls. So no problem with that.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely probably taking most of my percent from being above the platform or like moving below the platform.
Yeah, that means just get away from the platform. Platform really benefits Chrom.
Which is
Like
making me
just like
wonder if FD is the stage I go. I think I've like always banned FD
FD
because
is scary. Yeah, like especially for a floaty character, landing is hell, and Chrom is really good at catching up. His
yeah.
up air is incredible. So I do not blame you for that. I wouldn't want to throw there myself. That is such a weird hitbox.
Yeah, it's like
I'm so unused to it every time I see it.
Ganon's F tilt hitbox.
Wow, barely. Right?
I should have just. Or no, that was an up air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just under the platform.
Yeah, get out of there.
Yeah.
Either just keep holding shield or get out of there. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge and also transcendent, though. It'll go through anything. That's why you see them trap landing all the time with it.
Reaction.
I know that wasn't true, but that felt so true. Oh, there's a... Yeah. That's the beauty right there. The whiff punish from far away. That's how a lot of the game has to go.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Yeah.
dashbacks, it's really hard to punish them.
Yeah,
Chrom in the air.
arrow jab isn't true, but I was like, hopefully this
Yeah.
scares him long enough.
It definitely a lot of the arrow conversions in general, they just kind of like, they're just really fast. They're not true, but really fast things work. If I just go off guard, being like, whoa, what the hell? Why'd you, like, literally, how did you teleport that quick? That's just how it goes.
How do you feel about I guess like Battlefield in this matchup? I know like the platforms are really bad, but it feels like maybe if there's a lot of condensed platforms, maybe you can't chase me as well.
I
Or
think
am I
it's a
wrong?
little bit easier for you to run under the platforms from side to side. so it could give you cover, but then it still gives me like an insane amount of mix. You can try it for the next few games, but
Okay.
it gives me a lot of snares into it.
Yeah,
So
because I don't quite know where I should be taking from.
yeah, I would recommend, this is an okay stage, but for your characters, I would want to create more room. But if you like it yourself, that's fine as well. There can be a lot of player matchup too.
I don't know what happened right there.
Eesh.
Oh.
Yeah, back throws. Whenever Chrom back throws, they're looking for an air dodge or a bear. So you just want to jump out of that a lot. Oh, yeah. Run into the grab.
Should I be like, I guess maybe because I'm low percent, but when you down tilt me at ledge and I get hit by it, you can get it confirmed at higher percents, right?
With jab, I can, not with down tilt.
Okay.
Jab at high percents, if you don't press anything, I can get back air, and sometimes F smash is very lucky in the box.
Is there any kind of panic option you're looking for from down tilt? Because I just kind of don't do anything when I get hit by that.
So, do you mean down tilt or jab specifically?
I think, what did you hit me with? I think you hit me with...
When you're at ledge hang, this is jab.
Yeah, I think you hit me
Down
with a down
tilt
tilt.
is when I do it from
yeah.
that tip.
You hit me with a down tilt and I just let myself fall.
That?
Uh-huh.
So that's there. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just trying to hit you.
Okay.
If you jump.
Damage.
Because then if you jump, I just smack you.
Okay.
Jab and then I get whatever.
Because I'm pretty sure you don't have like some kind of chase or anything from that, right?
Nah. There's no combos. On the stage, obviously, I got the tech chase, but that's it.
Loaded.
Yeah. At that point, it's just like, all right, hopefully back air or something, and then it'll just catch some time. Yeah, with stock, that'll happen.
Osmo, welcome and thank you for the sub. And is it safe to pull out bomb? Pulls up bomb. No, it definitely feels like bomb pull sometimes just makes me take 20% for like no reason, but
Yeah, but it's so important. It's just so important for Toon compared to the others.
Yeah, rule of thumb is hold bomb when in a place where the opponent can't reach you, but for Chrom, that doesn't feel like many places on stage.
Speed guy.
Alright, I'm gonna try Battlefield. This is a stage I really like, but instinctively I feel like I probably should not take Chrom here.
Yeah. Because Chrom's best stages are like Smashville, the other Smashville, I forget what it's called sometimes, Hollow Bastion.
Hollow Bastion, okay.
Yeah. Those are his good ones. And then like Town is good because the side blast zones are very small. And then PS2 is just okay. This stage is also just okay, so it's like this could be good for you.
Yeah.
Chrom kind of needs platforms to land, so he doesn't really love FD. So it could be good for you, but then you also have to land versus Chrom, so that's scary.
Very late. Oh wow. I tried to grab right there. I don't know if I saw it come out.
Yeah. The range on side B, it's huge. Like, it just... The hitbox starts immediately that far away. It's crazy good.
Alright. I lost the game of chicken. actually a combo, or is it?
Yeah, it's a combo for a bit. You definitely don't want to chase without press too much. Chrom's airspeed, he can reversal you very easily. If it ain't a true up air, I wouldn't recommend going for it. In just the disadvantage scenarios. Like, that's an okay one to go for. Obviously, I'm in disadvantage. I'm just like, Jesus, I'm gonna die here. Calm back. All right.
Didn't do anything there.
Yeah. You're like kind of stuck in end lag and then not so much. And it's like, oh, geez, you. Most you can do is neutral air dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
So fast. I tried to fast forward air dodge down before you.
Yeah, he gets there so fast. That's why it's like I talk about FD because it's scary because he can teleport to you immediately. The advantage that Chrom has is ridiculous. How fast he can just get to you and be like, nope, you are not pulling that bomb.
Okay, so basically, PS2 would probably be my best stage against this character.
Yeah, I would say PS2, small battlefield. Those would probably be the most comfortable.
Okay, I do like small battlefield too.
Yeah,
Try that one.
those two are okay. FD's like a double-edged like sword right there.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't take Chrom to FD if I think they're probably a better player than I am. If they're good at catching landings, it's kind of over for me.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, then you're up here.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens. It'll happen even at the highest levels too. So don't. It's not all just luck. Sometimes people just buffer it at certain times. Yeah. Okay.
I guess Chrom doesn't really need to counter to Link's FD. Like
Yeah,
I feel
no.
like in that situation, I guess maybe because I play against Mars, I'm like, all right, now they're gonna turn around counter.
Yeah,
and then,
here's the fun counter, right? It was like, nah, Chrom. If I whip that counter, I might die. So I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to do that. Nice, that was good.
oh, sh- I feel like you're conditioning an air dodge really hard for me by not going for the back air.
I definitely like those. I definitely like those.
And now I'm not going for the air dodge. I'm getting hit. Up there. Oh,
Yeah, up air and fair, the holy two. It's
Yeah.
Like, don't even bother.
small battlefield actually didn't feel good at all.
Nah, it'll be the same, but it's not really that fundamentally different between this two for me. I just get to move around at the same pace, but when matches go like that where you get a little too clustered, start running away more.
Okay.
Make that space for yourself because Chrom wants to fight you. That's the whole game plan, getting close to you as fast as possible. Battlefield lets that
I
happen
was
very
gonna
easily.
say when you did that runoff fair off the platform, I was like, whoa, you are already on top of me.
Yeah. So the big thing is just like if you gotta run away, you gotta run away. That's fine.
All right, let me try
Do that.
town real quick.
Okay.
And right now the score is 9-3, so this is technically game point for you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't really been clipped too much by like side B at ledge, so maybe town will be okay.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
Chrom is not the side. He's not Roy. So he has to F smash you, or jab bear you. You've been avoiding the jab bears really well, so no problem. We probably won't get abused on the stage by Chrom. Oh god.
So can you not be hit while you're doing side B at all? Or
No, I can be hit. Is my sword can't be clanked with is all.
okay.
That's why they love like the side B landings, because that means you can't hit my sword. Normally, sometimes if you smack my sword, it'll do that clanking. But that can't happen with side B. And then the whole like I can side B during my dash. That's like the broken part about it. Oh, if only Roy. Oh my god. Gave me that bomb hit me and next to combo dots though. Oh, no tech special on Wi-Fi.
God, I'm like reacting to the spacing on my shield, and then the time of the footstool.
Yeah. Well, it gets easier at least offline, so we're on Wi-Fi, so you always gotta take it there.
I think I nerfed myself by not playing with Rumble, so like.
Yeah, that's what people tell me all the time, but I don't play with Rumble.
Oh, okay,
either, so-
cool.
Yeah.
People are like, you'll know when they hit your shield if you had Rumble on. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, everything rumbles my controller is too distracting.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it. Oh my god, that angle. Am I even. Holy shit. I couldn't even see. It's crazy the bombs just did that.
Oh my god. Oh,
Wow. Yeah, this is the game to play. That was okay. I didn't think you were gonna die, but that was the game to play. You kept me at bay for so long, just smacking the side the whole time. That was really prime example of how you want to play the matchup. Do not let me get in. Fight for your life.
I think it was
Like, that was
easier
like,
because it was a town, but
yeah, that's why the bigger stages I like for you. Smaller ones not so much, which is good because Chrom likes like Battlefield, Smashville,
Mhm.
Hollow Bastion, those smaller condensed stages. PS2 and small are just kind of small, kind of a little bit in the middle ground there, so they work out pretty
Hollow
good for him.
Bastion's not legal in my state, so I've never
There
really
you go.
played on it.
Yeah,
But you consider it a small stage, like
yeah. I
okay.
can say it's pretty much the same as Smashville. So it's like the only two small stages we got. We don't have Kalos in our region,
Oh
so
really? No, that sucks.
yeah,
I love Cal.
it's weird, man. Yeah, it's so weird. I like it too, kind of, but ah, 3 years into the game, man, we still don't know what the hell we're doing with the stage
I was gonna
lists.
say 'cause you play a little bit of Diddy too, right?
Yeah,
And
I play a lot of Diddy.
Yeah, Kalos is so good for Diddy. I can only
Yeah,
imagine.
it's super good. So it's like some tournaments I'm like, ooh, I get to have fun. Other tournaments I'm like, Diddy, you do not get to come out today. I'm sorry. Just off of a simple rule set thing there. Yeah, it's weird.
Mhm.
It is weird. Okay, I guess that was the match point. So a few things I wanted to mention now alongside the gameplay is one, obviously since there's like 86 matches in the game, I would definitely recommend if you're not already to like take some notes on this. Write down stuff physically because it really helps for retention and
Yeah.
helps you like remember it in the moment. Because well, again, 86 matchups. No
Yep.
way in hell I'm remembering all of that. I make sure
I actually have a notebook right here, like a digital
let's
notebook.
go.
So
That's good, yeah. Because having access to like mid set and being like, all right, I don't know what the hell I'm doing against this character. I need to check to like remind myself. Like
mhm.
frame data sometimes I'll just check the website for frame data and whatnot. But stuff like that is super super nice and important. I would definitely also recommend just checking the VOD here, like casually just looking at things here and there, see what we were talking and mentioning, and seeing how you're doing in the later games. Because the later games you were picking up on it really well. But that doesn't clear you for all the rest of the Chroms in the
Yeah,
world.
exactly.
So definitely go and play them on Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, as well. If you have any local ones, play with them offline. Test stuff out.
Mhm.
You're testing this stuff out. So if it doesn't hit immediately, it's not because you're doing it wrong, or it's not because it doesn't work. It's just you need more experience with it. You need more confidence with it because your confidence for using those up Bs, those grabs, the grabs got a lot better. You started going for them, and even if you whiffed them, you were like, whatever, you're already successfully getting them a lot, so it didn't feel bad. The up Bs, you could tell felt bad when you
Mhm.
missed them. You're like, ah, man, here it
Yeah,
comes.
because I know I do it preemptively. Like my shield hasn't
Yeah,
been hit, and I already like let it rip.
and but like that's normal. I was doing that against you with my up B too. It just happens.
Mhm.
It's hard to be perfect in that, especially on Wi-Fi again. But it's just a risk reward. Sometimes the LP will hit you before they're trying to tomahawk or something. So it's just a mixed part of the game. Um, Maybe getting better at parrying would help though, because this is a matchup where parrying is super important. Parrying kind of shuts down the character at times. Obviously, there's anti or counterplay to it, but it's pretty important because it's just like, nope, you cannot mix my shield for free every single time you touch it. Sometimes you got to like lose that game. So I would recommend trying to focus on pairing in this matchup and probably others too, a little bit more when applicable. Obviously, not in tournament to practice it, but
Yeah.
just whenever you get the chance to. But you adapted really well in that whole time. I mean, near the end of it, you were taking more games, and you made everything pretty much last stock almost every game, which is great. This matchup that's kind of good for Chrom that
Mhm.
way. You just gotta stick to the game plan. Write out that game plan that we talked about and stick to it. Because the more you stick to it, the easier it'll be just to like not feel flustered and get uncomfortable at certain points. Because near the end of it, right there, like you were sticking to the game plan. When I got an advantage state, you tried to just get away and reset. When
Mhm.
I got to disadvantage state, you wouldn't like overcommit to not get reversaled, and you would try my landings with bombs, arrows, grabs, stuff like that. That's the right thing to do. Because if you chase Chrom in the air, he's just gonna fast fall air dodge and then just kill you afterwards. Because his fast fall air dodge is insane. It's just like super fast. But those are things like it just helps to write it out. so you know to stick to it very easily.
Yeah.
Because other matchups you have to jump in. Like for Rob, for instance, I would be like, yeah, chase immediately with up air. Always chase with up air because he's huge. Your up air is probably going to beat out that nair
Hmm.
very consistently. And then bam, he's just not having a good time.
Yeah, there's like a lot of matchups. Like I find myself like just autopiloting too, because Toon Link's up air is, I personally think it's his best move. Like just
It's really
because
good. Absolutely.
it kills, it lingers, it does it all. So it's like I think it's a really good move, and it's so good at juggling. So habitually, I'm like, okay, someone's above me. That means I just need to put out up air and keep it out there. But yeah,
Absolutely.
it
Yeah.
doesn't work versus Chrom. It doesn't work versus a lot of these fast falling characters.
Yeah. The super fast characters, Power Myth, or those kind of guys. I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, you can land, but I'm going to punish that landing. So get ready. And that's fine.
If they get to
That's a
the
fine
ground
way.
before I do, then it's so bad.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, here comes frame traps in my advantage state. Like I was with advantage. Like what the hell? Happens all the time.
Mhm.
Um, okay. So do you have any other questions on your end?
Hmm. I mean, there were a lot of combos I was getting hit by. I they felt like really long strings, and I didn't kind of ask about them because I assumed they were true. But were there any combos that you were just like, okay, you didn't need to be
Preforming?
hit by like all of these moves. You should have just
Right.
DI'd out or something. 'Cause-
Um, you were DIing out on any of them anyways, so like
Mhm.
everything I was doing was just pretty much
True.
complete.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I
so
assumed. I'm like, I'm DIing out and I'm still getting hit, so I'm gonna assume this is true, but
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
there's some trick, like you have to actually DI down and in and you won't get hit by this
Nah,
weird,
Crom,
like,
Crom is simple. He doesn't have any of those weird, annoying ones that you just like Bermuda Triangle DI here. You don't got to do any of that weird
yeah.
stuff. He's a normal character. He's just like, all right, you want to get out of his combos? Hold the way, have fun.
Okay.
If you were
So,
if you were a fast faller, it'd be a little different because if you held down on his nair, you would be forced into a tech scenario instead of getting comboed by the nair. But you're a floaty, so you're gonna get comboed by nair anyways.
okay, just, I was correct to just accept the
Yeah,
damage. I was like,
yeah, just
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
I'm just forced to take this 40%, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Rivers would have mentioned if I did not need to take all this
Yeah,
damage.
I would have been like, haha, I get another chance to get this fun combo on you because you don't know what kind of that would be a funny coach to have for
Yeah,
people just like beating on the students like, yo, here, watch this, oh, man. Yeah, no, you're doing fine on it, so
yeah,
no worries
and I
there.
want to say like your way of teaching is like really digestible, and I really appreciate it. You
Yep,
making
I
it
appreciate it too.
easy.
Thank you.
So
Mhm.
I definitely just have to like kind of like you said, be exposed to a lot of the scenarios because right now, like my fear instinct is definitely running the
Yeah,
controls. Like in my
yeah,
head, I'm like, all right, Rivers said, roll behind the up B. So when you see it, roll behind, and I see it, and I'm like, hands,
mhm.
why aren't you letting go
Yeah.
of shield?
It all comes with experience. The
Mhm.
more experience, the better, but it's rigorous training experience. It's just like you have to tackle it, or else it'll just like become a thing where you tackle it occasionally, and that's not enough. It has to be like a very stern kind of experience for that is the thing. So definitely Rebecca recommended playing against more against them. The more the better, really, because then sometimes you'll just like snap automatically and go to do that punish now
Mhm.
naturally. um that comes with experience, and of course, just using more logic in your thinking to like take over the emotions, because getting your emotions down when you're playing is hard. It's
Yeah.
not easy at all. It's like that's the like foundation of competition at times. Like a game of chicken, that's all emotions a lot of the times, but then the person with more stern stubbornness to just stay in place, they're realistically using a lot more logic and just thinking like straightforward into it, rather than just being like the other side, the other person just like having a panic attack or whatever,
Yeah.
where their heart is just throbbing and they're just like, oh, I gotta stop it now.
Yeah, me.
It's
That's me.
usually
Me
the
every time I'm playing.
I mean, I feel it completely. When I first started competing, I actually won my first tournament and it was very cool doing that. But afterwards, I was like an anxious mess. Like I literally would like win after that tournament, I would win the next one and be like in my car, laying on the floor of my car, just like in pain from my stomach because I was so anxious that whole time.
Uh-huh.
But like the more experience, really just forcing myself into that scenario, it just naturally went away. Thankfully, it was a long battle to do that, but I had to like put myself to get over it. How else am I gonna get over it. If I just did that like once every month, it's just like, all right, here comes the anxiety every month now. So then I started just like grinding like crazy afterwards. Like I would go to weekly like every day besides the weekend. But that was back in the Smash 4 heydays. So
Okay.
that was like the things that like kind of helped me out a lot. But everyone, treats it differently. So I would just recommend a little bit more, logic and experience out there would help a lot. Because we're not telling you like wrong advice here. I'm just saying stuff that realistically would help.
Mhm.
So you don't have to like worry too much about that on your end.
Yeah, no, I think I just definitely need more experience because there's just like so many matchups I'm scared of. I,
Again,
I,
yeah,
I think there's
86
only like
matches.
two matchups where I feel confident. Every other matchup I'm like shaking a little bit.
Yeah. And that's not a recipe for success there.
Yep.
So yeah, gotta need more of that.
Especially when the character is faster than my character, I'm just like holding
Oh,
shield
like
and praying for the best.
that's like every character at this point with all the DLC
Yeah,
released now. It's like, all
exactly.
right, yeah, you're definitely not on the winning side of the lottery here, but at least Toon Link's not horrible.
Uh,
Legitimately a pretty good character still.
yeah, he's decent, I think, but definitely with like some of the DLC, I'm
Oh
just like,
yeah,
wow, your moves do it all. They juggle, they kill, they combo, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm
So
doing
here I am trying to get the niche hitbox on my like weak hit of up tilt or nair to get
exactly.
this intricate combo. I'm in the same boat with my character, and
Mhm,
like that's why I'm looking at Roy a little bit more because he just does everything easier and stronger and better.
mhm.
But then like when I get those niche combos with Chrom, I'm just like, yo, this is cool.
Yeah, it
I like
definitely feels
this.
good because people are like, just
Yeah.
play Young Link. It's better Toon Link, and I'm like, nope. Like,
Those are a little bit more different too.
yeah,
You guys,
Bonfire feels way too good. Yeah, and I hate playing
yeah,
fast fallers. Like,
yeah. It's just
even though
a different
apparently
game.
Young Link's not a fast faller, he feels like one.
He's pretty much there.
Hmm.
He's like almost there. He's fast as hell, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I really appreciate it. I know it's getting kind of late for you on your time zone.
Now
So,
I go by DJ an hour, so it's no
10
big
hours.
deal, but it's not a problem. Okay, so with that said, if you have any other questions, feel free to DM me. Once
Uh-huh.
someone session, you already got one before. Like I don't mind if people DM me, if they're at a tournament or if they have a
Hmm.
question here or there. Like, if anything's on your mind, just feel free to hit me up. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yep,
Thanks
no
so
worries.
much.
And thanks again for booking the session. It was a very
Yep.
fun time with you. I hope your stream enjoyed it as well. So again, any other things, just hit me up.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you. Good night.
Yep. All right. See ya.